Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you a brand new video where I'm basically just going to be going over the Black Ops 3 beta as a whole. I already made my first impressions video, so if you guys would like to check that out, check it out in the link in the description. But this video is basically going to be summing up the Black Ops 3 beta. I'm going to be going over what needs to be changed, what should be left alone, what needs to be buffed, what needs to be nerfed, basically all of the nitty-gritty details like that. So I'm going to go in detail and talk about all of that. And in the background, you guys are going to be enjoying some Black Ops 3, obviously Black Ops 3 beta gameplay, but it's not just Black Ops 3 beta gameplay. It's Black Ops 3 Mothership gameplay. I actually did get a mothership in this game, and I have some other gameplays where I got a mothership, and hope you guys enjoy that. So I'm going to get right into it here. So the first thing, without a doubt, one thing that definitely needs to be changed from Black Ops 3, from the Black Ops 3 beta into the full game, is that the Black Hat needs to be nerfed. If you guys don't know what it is, the Black Hat was in Black Ops 2, and it's a tactical equipment that in Black Ops 2 you could use to destroy enemy equipment and kill streaks and stuff like that. But in Black Ops 3, it has a much different role. In Black Ops 3, you can literally steal other people's kill streaks. All you had to do was point this thing at a kill streak and hold it, and within about 30 seconds it was yours. And this was extremely frustrating because anytime you put up a UAV, instantly you would hear your UAV has been hacked. So that means your UAV has been hacked, and now the enemy team has it and they are using it. So basically the kill streak you earned, they now have, just because they had Black Hat and they were using it. So now, you know, if that happens on counter UAVs and UAVs, it's frustrating, but it's not a big deal. But the fact that they can use it on higher kill streaks, like a RAPS deploy ship and a GI unit, that is just stupid. They are using two tactical equipments, because the Black Hat is a tactical equipment, and once you use it once, it goes away. So they are basically using two tactical equipments to steal a kill streak that is worth 12,000 points or 1,200 points, and that in my mind is just ridiculous. It's basically just saying, oh hey, you've worked your butt off this game playing the objectives and getting kills for your team, and you got a high kill streak, but then we're just going to have this other guy who is on the enemy team who's going 4 in 15 have a Black Hat and steal your GI unit or your RAPS deploy ship, and it's just extremely frustrating. And I know a lot of people have reached out to Treyarch and let them know, so I'm sure that is something that will be changed in the full game, but I figured I would just make it the first thing that I covered, simply because it is so ridiculously stupid and overpowered. But and the next thing, stuns and concussions in the Black Ops 3 beta were ridiculous. Basically, if you got stunned, you were dead. Whenever I got stunned in this game, I went prone and I sat there and I did not move until I was unconcussed or unflashed, simply because it wasn't even worth it. Most of the time, if you got stunned, you were just dead already. You might as well put the controller down because you were gonna die. That's how overpowered stuns and tacticals were in this game. And don't get me wrong, I think stuns and tacticals should play a big role in Call of Duty, especially in objective game modes, but they were just way too overpowered in the beta. And like I said, basically, if you got hit by a stun, you were dead. You might as well set the controller down and just be prepared to respawn, because there really was no getting out of it, and it really made tac mass really important, but it's still, they were way too OP. And the next thing is sniping in Black Ops 3. I'm not gonna say it was bad, but it definitely wasn't easy. And I'm not saying that I want sniping in Call of Duty to be easy, because I think that just makes it worse and it's not enjoyable and it's frustrating. But in Black Ops 2, and really in every Call of Duty, sniping had auto-aiming, and they took that out completely in Black Ops 3. And they also added a new mechanic that when you aim down sights, your sensitivity is slightly higher than what it is if you're just running around not aiming down sights. So the combination of those two really was, it made sniping kind of unenjoyable and frustrating. But I'm not saying it was undoable. There were definitely people out there that could still do it. I still did it. You obviously still have guys like Pomage, who's going out there and he's getting clips and he's doing all this crazy stuff with a sniper. But to your average player and your average sniper, sniping wasn't that easy. And I don't personally have a problem with it, but I know other people do. And especially with the fact that the game doesn't have toughness anymore, sniping was extremely hard, because if you were looking at someone and they were looking at you even from across the map, they could be shooting at you from across the map with a pistol, and your sights would jump up so high. And obviously when you've got a scope on, that flinch is magnified, and it's just really obnoxious. But that leads me into my next point, is that the flinch in Black Ops 3 is just it's just too much. And I know this is probably just because, you know, for the last couple years everyone has used toughness. It started in Black Ops 2, transitioned to Ghosts and Advanced Warfare, so it could just be the fact that we are so used to it. But the fact that it was obnoxious, honestly. And when the beta first started, the flinch was bad, and then they patched it, and it was still, in my mind, honestly, bad after that. And depending on which gun you were using, how powerful it was, what angle you were shooting at, and how far away you were, those variables changed how much whoever was getting shot flinched. So if you were shooting at somebody with a pistol, they wouldn't flinch as much as if you shot them with a Man of War. But either way, I still think the flinch was way too much in the beta, and I think it should definitely be taken down. And I know it could just be because, you know, toughness isn't in the game, so I think we have to get used to it. But there will be times where I'd be in a gunfight and I would get first shot, but let's say I'm using a gun like the Man of War that's got a really slow firing rate. I get first shot, but then they hit me with, let's say, a burst from the M8A1 or the M8A7. My gun is going to jump significantly more than theirs is, so then my shots shoot up and I'm not on target, and then he's just got to hit me with one more burst and I'm dead. And it's stuff like that's just extremely frustrating to me. The next thing is something that I think a lot of people noticed, but not everyone really had a problem with, and that is that the character models for both teams were the exact same. If I am on my team and I'm using the Specialist Outrider, and there's another person on the enemy team using the Specialist Outrider, they look the exact same. I know there's the red letters and the red name above them, but still, it doesn't change the fact that we look exactly alike. And I think that's a problem just because it can honestly be confusing. Let's say it happened to me, honestly, on several occasions where I got stunned and an enemy turned the corner, and I didn't know if they were my teammate or an enemy, because there was no difference between a Ruin Specialist on my team and a Ruin Specialist on the enemy team. They all looked the exact same. And I'm pretty sure that when the Black Ops 3 full game gets released, there's going to be a little bit more customization in Specialists, and you'll be able to change them up a little bit. But I wish they would add something to characterize who's on your team and who's on the enemy team in specific looks, not just about the letters, because it caused me several problems, and I know it was probably frustrating to other people too. Excuse me. And the next thing is that Xbox One had some pretty serious problems with Black Ops 3. And when I say problems, I mean connection, hit detection. The PS4 beta, honestly, I loved it, had a great time with it, went off basically without a hitch. But the Xbox One beta, we had the problem when it first came out. People's codes weren't working, and just we had that whole traumatic situation. And then we also had when people actually were allowed to play it, there was freezing, there was lag, there was awful hit detection. There would be times where you would empty your entire mag into somebody, 2 hits would register, and then you're dead. So that's just a little point I wanted to leave. I'm not sure really if anyone else noticed it, but I definitely noticed it, and it's something that I'm not sure if it's just the servers on Xbox or what, but the PS4 beta went off without a hitch for me, and the Xbox One, easy to say that it definitely didn't. Another thing is that PC users also had several serious problems, but it was more related to obviously PC stuff. Like, people had mouse stuttering, and there was really nothing they could do about it. People had problems running the game, which is inexcusable considering it's a game that it's not that demanding graphically, and it's not obviously huge. So there really shouldn't be any reasons why people are having such problems running it. And if Treyarch are doing as they have said, which is that they really want to pay attention to PC players, because the last couple of Call of Duties like Ghosts and Advanced Warfare excuse me, basically totally turned a blind eye to PC users and basically told him to go screw himself. Treyarch have seen that they actually care about PC players in this game, so if they really do, they'll go and they'll fix stuff like that. Another thing is that even though the Reject Specialist got nerfed, he's still annoying as hell. And before the nerf, he if you used your Reject ability after you went down, you would come up, you would still have your skill streak or your kill streak intact, and it was god awful and it was not fun. And then after the nerf, it took longer to fully get the specialist ability. And when you went down, you didn't have your kill streak when you came back up, but there's still no doubt that it's obnoxious and annoying, because no matter what situation you're in, it's gonna be stupid. Like, let's say you kill a guy who's using Reject, and you are on an objective, and you turn around to look to your right because you're gonna kill another guy, and then you kill him, and by the time you reload and look back, he probably has already used his Reject ability and is in the process of killing you. And I can think of endless situations where Reject is just annoying, and I don't know, and I know it's the most downright scumbag thing you could possibly do, but hopefully Treyarch finds a way of somehow molding it into an ability that isn't as annoying but is still useful, because I don't want the Reject ability to be completely dead in general. The next thing is a positive thing, actually. Specialists were mostly pretty balanced. I will say, even though they were all balanced, some were definitely a lot easier to use, like the Annihilator and the Scythe and the Tempest. They were overall pretty balanced, but some were definitely much easier to use. There were definitely no crutch perks, and when I say crutch perks, I'm definitely referring to perks like Toughness was in the last Call of Duty, where basically if you made a class that didn't have a specific perk, it just didn't work out. Like in Black Ops 2, if you tried to make a class without Toughness, you were consistently being outgunned no matter what. The next thing is perks that need to be buffed, and that is definitely Ghost. In past Call of Duties, you know, you'd be playing, you unlock Ghost, and you'd think, oh yes, definitely equipping that to all my classes right away because it's an important perk. Black Ops 2, they kind of nerfed it, so you have to be moving, and still, you know, that was not a big problem. Still, a lot of people used it. But now, Ghosts in Black Ops 3 is a definite different story. I'm going to try and put it into an example here. The only way you are not showing up on the radar if there's a UAV is that if you are consistently sprinting. So unless you are sprinting, you are showing up on that radar. If you are just moving without sprinting, just, you know, holding the stick down, you're on the radar. If you're wall running, you're on the radar. If you are swimming, you are on the radar. So the only way you are not on the radar is if you are sprinting, and you're basically at a huge disadvantage because that means you have to sprint everywhere, which means you're going to lose a lot of gunfights, and I think that needs to be changed. I think the Ghost in Black Ops 2 was the perfect mix. People could move and not be seen, but if they stood still, they could be seen, and if they started camping, obviously they could be seen. So I think that was a really good mix. The next thing is the anti-up perk, which is basically like a wannabe hardline. All it would do was at the beginning of each game, it would give you 75 points towards your first kill or score streak, and that is basically pointless. What is 75 points? That makes it so a UAV goes from 475 points to basically 400 points. So all that's 3 assists. That's not even 1 full kill. I don't understand why that's even in the game. That's just stupid. I don't understand why anyone would want to use that. On to the next thing is that I thoroughly enjoyed all of the kill streaks. I will say some needed a buff, but I enjoyed using most of them. I really had fun using stuff like the HCXD, which is like basically a RCXD that can basically float and kind of ride on walls and stuff. One thing I will say is that there are some that need buffs and some that definitely need nerfs. Some that need buffs, I would say, are the Lightning Strike and the Rolling Thunder, because they aren't as powerful as they should be, I think. And the Mothership actually needs a buff because when you're shooting at people, you literally need to hit them in order to get a hit marker. Where in my mind, I think it should be more like the chopper gunner from the original Black Ops, where you didn't exactly have to be hitting them, but you had to be relatively close to be getting hit markers on them. Because the mothership right now, I got it and I really didn't like it. I felt like the rockets were really, really ineffective. The main gun was really, really ineffective. The camera angles and the whole change position things just didn't really work well. But I just think the mothership needs a buff, and the lightning strike and the rolling thunder all need buffs. And the one kill streak that definitely needs a nerf is the Hellstorm. Hellstorms were so ridiculous in the Black Ops 3 beta. Basically, if you got one, you were guaranteed at least 4 kills. And I got multiple 6-man Hellstorms just because I would use it at the perfect time and the whole team would spawn, and I got every single one of them. And there were multiple times where I was on the receiving end of that, and I received like Hellstorms that killed either my whole entire team or like basically most of my team, killing 4 or 5 guys. And something that I noticed was when you split apart the missiles, they basically they're basically heat seekers. They try and find enemies and track you. So if you're like outdoors and you try to run inside, it will track you up until basically you get inside. And another thing is that it doesn't really give you a very big heads up for the notice. There were multiple times where I would have gotten killed by the Hellstorm, and then I would hear over the little intercom thing, "Oh yeah, enemy Hellstorm inbound." Like, how helpful is that? After I die from it, you let me know. It was either that or literally a millisecond before the Hellstorm came in, I heard Hellstorm inbound, and I didn't even have enough time to get inside. So the Hellstorm definitely needs to be nerfed a little bit. Maybe they should make them dumbfire missiles like in Black Ops 2, or maybe just reduce the radius or make them less strong. But something definitely needs to be done about that. Going into spawns in TDM were good. I enjoyed them, but spawns and objective-based game modes were not very good. And I cannot really blame Treyarch on that because they can only do so much. When you have players in public matches and kids who are just running around going silly, crazy, willy-nilly, and they're constantly spawn flipping, just doing anything to try and get kills, and they're flipping spawns consistently, it's hard to have good spawns. I can't even remember how many games in the Black Ops 3 beta that I played where I would literally every spawn switch from A to C, A to C, A to C, because people don't know how to spawn trap. And it's not hard to spawn trap in Black Ops 3. It's actually very easy. But people would consistently spawn flip, and that causes bad spawns. There were multiple spawns where I would spawn up into a kill streak like a Hellstorm, or into a specialist, or basically looking at somebody, or in the line of fire. And that basically is due to the fact that people just consistently flip spawns because they're not really, I don't want to say this, but they're not really playing the game right. It just ruins it, and it makes it no fun for anybody because you are just running back and forth trying to kill people at spawns, and the people you're killing are just flipping back and forth constantly. And I just don't think that's a very fun way to play the game. I will say, to Treyarch's part, they definitely were very, very responsive, I guess I could say, because they were on Twitter, they were on Reddit, they were on all social medias, talking to the fans, nerfing stuff, buffing stuff, fixing stuff, and they really did a great job. Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3 on PS4 got 2 patches. Xbox One and the PC both got 1. And keep in mind, these are just betas. This is a beta that got patched, so that's really good. And it shows that they really, hopefully, want us to enjoy the game, and that they're doing their best so we enjoy it, because that really is the purpose of a beta. So now, everything that went wrong in the beta is already out of the way, that we don't have to deal with it when the full game releases, which is great in my mind. And I give a good job to Treyarch for being very responsive and listening to the community and trying to fix stuff. And that also leads into guns. Most of the guns were very balanced. There were 2 that were overpowered, being the Razorback and the M8A7. But like I just said, Treyarch were very responsive, and they went and they nerfed them, and now they are a lot better. The map designs go great with the new movement system, wall running, sliding, thrust jumping. The map designs go great with that, and it really makes for a good, fluent movement system. You can spawn, you can do a little bit of wall running, sliding, hop over something, and really get yourself into a good strategic position. And I also enjoyed the colors of the maps. They were very vibrant, and they looked good, and they show off. They don't really show off, but they look good on the new consoles. And the specialists worked surprisingly good. When I came into the beta, I wasn't so sure how I felt about them, but I felt like they kind of bridged the gap between kill streaks, because I feel like obviously a lot of people play Call of Duty for the kill streaks, and they do stuff like camp and do this stuff that's really frustrating to try and earn these kill streaks. But now that they put specialist in, it kind of bridges that gap, because you don't have to camp to get your specialist. You get your specialist even if you just stand in your spawn and you're away from your console just getting something to eat. You're gonna get your specialist, but as you get kills, as you capture objectives, as you do stuff, you'll earn it quicker. So now this stuff like that it doesn't force, but it encourages people to go out and try and play objectively and win in order to earn their specialist. And then in earning your specialist, it makes it easier for you to earn your kill streak. So I think that really equaled out, and specialists overall played really, really well in objective-based game modes, and I felt like it added a little bit of skill to the game. Like, let's say you're playing domination, you got to take a certain route, and then you can get up close, and you can use Ruin's gravity spikes to take people off of an entire cap space. Let's say you're playing capture the flag or uplink, you can use your glitch to throw people off, or you can use your speed ability that Ruin has to try and capture it faster. And all of that is just, it adds a little bit of a skill element to the game that I definitely think Call of Duty was lacking. And overall, I'm really happy with the beta. I don't know about you guys. Make sure you guys tell me your opinion in the comments section below. But overall, I was very happy with it, and I'm looking forward to the full game being released. So if you guys would like to check out my specialist reviews, check in the link in the description, and also check there for my first impression videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was kind of long, but I just really wanted to get everything in my mind out there. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.